Imagine standing on the balcony of your palace, looking out over the vast empire you rule, yet feeling imprisoned by your own thoughts. This was the reality for Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. Despite his power, he faced a relentless internal battle against overthinking, a struggle that many of us can relate to in our modern lives. But unlike most, Aurelius found a way to turn this mental turmoil into a source of strength and clarity. Today, we'll explore how he achieved this remarkable transformation, uncovering the genius approach he used to master his mind and find peace amidst the chaos. Before we dive into this fascinating journey, take a moment to subscribe to our channel. By doing so, you'll join a community of like-minded individuals, all seeking wisdom from the greatest minds in history. And trust me, you won't want to miss what comes next, because the techniques Marcus Aurelius used are not just ancient philosophy. They are timeless tools you can apply to conquer your own overthinking. So, stay with us as we unravel these powerful insights, starting with the very first step Aurelius took to regain control over his thoughts. Understanding the nature of overthinking. Let's take a step back and imagine for a moment the pressures faced by a Roman emperor. At the helm of one of the world's greatest empires, Marcus Aurelius was constantly surrounded by advisors, soldiers, politicians, all clamoring for his attention. In such an environment, it would be easy for his mind to spiral into overthinking, consumed by the sheer weight of decisions and responsibilities. Yet, instead of succumbing to this mental overload, Aurelius turned to a powerful tool: the Stoic principle of focusing on what is within one's control. Overthinking often stems from a fixation on the uncontrollable, the myriad possibilities and outcomes that lie beyond our influence. Marcus Aurelius recognized this and sought to shift his attention back to what he could directly manage: his own thoughts, actions, and responses. In his meditations, Aurelius repeatedly reminded himself that while he could not control the chaos of the world around him, he could control his mind's reaction to it. This shift in focus is the first step in overcoming overthinking, a technique that remains just as relevant today. Consider this. How often do we find ourselves lost in thought, worrying about scenarios that may never happen, or fixating on things we cannot change? Marcus Aurelius would argue that this is wasted energy. Instead, he would encourage us to ask ourselves, what is within my control right now? By doing so, we can begin to declutter our minds and reduce the mental noise that leads to overthinking. As we dive deeper into this Stoic strategy, we'll explore the specific techniques Aurelius used to maintain this mindset and how you can apply them in your own life. But first, let's uncover how Aurelius practiced self-reflection, a key habit that helped him sift through the mental clutter and find clarity. This simple yet profound practice is the foundation of his genius approach, and it's something you can start doing today. Stay with us, because what comes next could be the game changer you've been looking for. Marcus Aurelius's strategies to overcome overthinking. Picture this. Every evening, after a long day of ruling the Roman Empire, Marcus Aurelius would retreat to a quiet space, alone with his thoughts. But instead of letting them spiral out of control, he engaged in a practice that not only calmed his mind, but also brought profound clarity: self-reflection. In his private writings, known as the Meditations, Aurelius would examine his day, questioning his actions, thoughts, and emotions. This nightly ritual wasn't just a way to unwind. It was a powerful tool that helped him overcome the mental clutter that leads to overthinking. Self-reflection allowed Aurelius to separate what was important from what was not. He would ask himself, "What did I do today that was in line with my values? What could I have done better?" By regularly engaging in this practice, he cultivated a mental discipline that kept his thoughts focused and clear. This wasn't just about dwelling on mistakes. It was about learning from them and moving forward with purpose. Now, imagine applying this technique in your own life. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect on your thoughts and actions. What occupied your mind today? Were you worried about things beyond your control, or did you focus on what truly matters? By asking these questions, you can begin to declutter your mind, just as Marcus Aurelius did centuries ago. But self-reflection is just the beginning. Aurelius also emphasized the importance of focusing on the present moment, a concept that resonates deeply in today's world, where distractions are everywhere. In his writings, Aurelius often reminded himself to be here now, to focus on the task at hand, and to let go of worries about the past or future. This mindset helped him stay grounded, reducing the mental noise that fuels overthinking. As you consider how you might incorporate these practices into your own life, think about this. How often do you find yourself lost in thoughts about the future or dwelling on past mistakes? What if, instead, you focused on what you can do right now? This shift in mindset could be the key to overcoming the overthinking that holds you back. We've explored how Marcus Aurelius used self-reflection and present moment awareness to master his mind. But there's another crucial element to his approach, one that involves embracing life's uncertainties rather than resisting them. In the next section, we'll delve into how accepting change and focusing on what's within our control can further quiet the mind and bring peace. Stay tuned, because the insights to come might just change the way you view your own thoughts. Practical applications for today. Imagine facing a sudden, unexpected change, perhaps a major shift at work or a personal life event that disrupts your routine. How do you react? For many, such changes trigger anxiety, overthinking, and a frantic attempt to regain control. But Marcus Aurelius, who dealt with crises on a scale most of us can barely imagine, had a different approach. He embraced change, recognizing it as an inevitable part of life, and this acceptance became a cornerstone of his mental clarity and resilience. In his meditations, Aurelius often reminded himself that change is the nature of the universe. He believed that by resisting change, we create unnecessary mental turmoil. Instead, he encouraged acceptance, not as a form of passive resignation, but as a way to focus on what truly matters. By accepting the things he could not change, Aurelius freed his mind from the endless cycle of what-ifs and if-onlys that plague overthinkers. This mindset is incredibly powerful when applied to our lives today. Think about the last time you faced an unexpected challenge. Did you find yourself stuck in a loop, trying to control every aspect of the situation? Now, consider how different it might have been if, instead, you acknowledged the change and redirected your energy toward what you could influence. This is the essence of Stoic wisdom, controlling our reactions rather than the events themselves. As you reflect on this, ask yourself, how much of your mental energy is spent on things beyond your control? What if you could redirect that energy towards actions that actually make a difference in your life? This simple shift in focus can significantly reduce overthinking and bring a sense of peace, even in the face of uncertainty. To further illustrate this, let's look at a modern example. Imagine you're in a high-stakes business meeting and a key deal suddenly falls through. The natural reaction might be to panic, replay the event in your mind, and agonize over what went wrong. But a Stoic approach would be to accept the outcome, assess what can be learned, and focus on the next steps that are within your control. This mindset not only prevents the spiral of overthinking, but also positions you to respond more effectively. As we've explored, Marcus Aurelius mastered overthinking by embracing change and focusing on the present. But there's another layer to his genius, his ability to find clarity through self-reflection and mental discipline. In the final section, we'll dive into how you can integrate these practices into your daily routine, turning them into powerful tools for your own mental clarity and peace. You won't want to miss this, as it's the key to truly transforming your thought patterns. Stay tuned. As we draw this exploration of Marcus Aurelius's approach to overcoming overthinking to a close, let's reflect on the powerful lessons we've uncovered. Imagine, once again, the emperor sitting in his chamber at the end of a long day, his empire in turmoil, yet his mind remarkably calm. This calm didn't come from external circumstances, but from within. A mastery of his thoughts, a focus on the present, and an acceptance of change. These are the very tools he used to rise above the chaos, and they are just as accessible to each of us today. By integrating self-reflection into your daily routine, you can begin to sift through the mental noise, identifying what truly matters. By focusing on the present moment, you can free yourself from the worries of the past and the anxieties of the future. And by embracing change, you can release the burden of trying to control the uncontrollable, allowing your mind to find peace and clarity. Now, consider how you can apply these Stoic principles in your own life. What small step can you take today to start mastering your thoughts, just as Marcus Aurelius did? Maybe it's setting aside time for daily reflection, or perhaps it's a shift in mindset to focus more on the present. Whatever it is, remember that the path to mental clarity and peace begins with a single step, one that you are fully capable of taking. If you've found value in this journey through Stoic wisdom, don't forget to like this video and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences and insights could be the key that helps someone else on their path. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more content that dives deep into the wisdom of the ages, helping you apply it in your everyday life. Until next time, remember, true strength lies in mastering your mind, just as Marcus Aurelius showed us.